Hey y'all, welcome back to Chasing Dreams Homestead. Today we're going to be working on our 1949 Ford. Some folks call these a shoebox. That's the common nickname for this car. But today we've got to do some work. We're going to go ahead and change the oil out, but then we've also got to do some work on the cylinders. It's lost compression over the winter. We're unsure why, but we're thankful. Our neighbor Jeff is a retired mechanic, and he's going to help us out with trying to diagnose and fix the problem with the lost compression. Follow along and we'll show you how we do it. So let's go ahead and show you under the hood, guys and gals. So this is bone stock, completely original, an old Ford flathead V8. The only thing that is different is along the way, it got upgraded to a 12-volt alternator system. My neighbor was going to rebuild the carburetor for us, but when we brought it over and tried to fire it up, we realized it wasn't getting compression. Now, we came to the conclusion that that is most likely because the carburetor drained fuel down into the cylinders over the winter. We're gonna get that fuel cleaned out of the engine and try to see if we can gain compression back. Okay, so we got the car jacked up, y'all, but I just want to show you one thing. Always be safe. We've got the e-brake on. We've also got a chock block behind the wheel in case it rolls. Nobody wants to get smushed when they're working under a car. Now, if you're watching this video about a 1949 Ford, you most likely already know about cars, but I just want to put that disclaimer in there. So I just want to show you this. If you're ever going to try to change the oil on a 49 Ford, the oil pan has a piece of steering linkage cross member behind it, and you're unable to get a socket on the plug, so you actually have to use a wrench. Give that a little tap, loosens right on up, y'all. Make a big mess out here on the concrete. We're thankful that Mr. Jeff is allowing us to work on it over here at his house because he's got the concrete. Our neighbor Lee was kind enough to let us borrow his really awesome jack. We don't have a garage at home. We've got gravel, so we don't have a cool jack like this. But all we did to get that plug loose was put that crescent wrench on it, adjustable crescent wrench, and just give it a little tap. Let me go ahead and say this though, y'all. I'm not a mechanic. I know how to do a little bit of maintenance on cars. I may mess up on some terminology and whatnot, but I will show you what I do throughout the process of working on this car. There you go, Dylan. All right, y'all, so this is where the oil filter goes in on a 49 Ford. It's much like the old Ford tractors. The canister is very similar to all of those. All right. Show you what that looks like. And then here is the actual filter. If I can get my fingernail under it. I don't really have much of a fingernail. This would have been a Dylan job here, huh?
No, for that. I actually cut mine.
Oh, for a change? That's good. That's not one to pull right out. Come on, baby. There we go. So if it wouldn't be this little handle on the canister, I'd be catching grief trying to get that out of there, y'all. All right. Just getting that pulled out. It's threaded, which I did not know, and I just realized. All right, y'all, so we have discovered that the filter that we bought is the wrong size. So we're not going to replace the filter just yet, but we're going to go ahead and add oil. I want to show you where the oil goes in. Right there. I'm going to get that in there in just a moment. Let me grab this jug. All right. So they made it easy back then to add the oil to a vehicle. That's where you fill them up. All right, so these old 49 Fords were vented. This allowed vapors to get out of the motor if it needed to. And you just orientate that in the right direction when you put it back on. It tells you front, and there you go. So we pulled a spark plug to check the spark plug. Spark plug's fouled. We smelled gasoline in the oil. So my neighbor Jeff was correct in his theory on what the problem was. Gasoline did get down in areas that we did not want it to, and Jeff will further explain that. But that spark plug is fouled, so we're gonna have to replace the plugs as well.
The transmission fluid has a better lubrication quality than just a straight oil. It's slicker for like go through transmission lines and stuff like that. But it's still an oil. But it's a little bit thicker than what you want if we're in our situation where we don't have any compression and we need it to get down on the cylinders and past the piston rings. So what we're going to do is put all that oil in there, and then what we're going to do is put a little bit of diesel in there. You didn't put the oil in the car yet, did you?
I did.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Damn safety stuff. And what's the
That's
diesel
good.
do?
Huh?
What's the diesel do?
Thins it out.
Okay.
So it thins it out so it will escape around the sides of the pistons and the rings and get into the cylinder.
Ah, there we
go.
Go.
And this should sit on it for 2 or 3 days. Gosh dang it, mixed. This has got the transmission fluid and diesel, just enough diesel to make it really easy liquid pouring, not too much diesel. And we're going to put this in the cylinders because it doesn't have any compression from gasoline washing down the cylinders. We're going to put this mixture in all these cylinders, all 8 of these cylinders, and let it sit for 2 or 3 days, and hopefully we'll have our compression back. Okay,
Awesome.
now let's see what we got here. This is going to be tough. What's that there? We want that out of there.
Dust blew in there.
Yeah, give me you got a little screwdriver or something, or maybe I can use this. Oh, too late. It's gone. We'll never speak of it again.
Fell in there.
Yeah.
It's gonna burn off.
What's this do here? It's going over here. Yeah, it won't be nothing. It's fine. Shoot. I'm gonna make a mess anyway. Damn it. Okay.
Alright.
Shit. Go ahead. That's enough.
Alright, y'all, so we were making a mess using this Lucas bottle, but the Lucas bottle had the point that we needed to get down into the cylinders, so we just cut it and made a secondary funnel out of it.
And put this transmission funnel inside of it.
It's
So we
working
only
pretty
make less than half the mess.
Yeah.
And still all the fun.
There you go. Yes, sir.
And your daughter is married to the banker guy.
He's no longer a banker. Remember, he's made me proud. He went and became a union apprentice. He's
that's
doing
right.
electrician.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That's good.
There we go. But yeah, everybody's doing good.
Yeah, a union electrician. Man, that's quite a jump right there. Ain't it?
Absolutely. Bank teller to union electrician. I can't complain at all. We don't know the firing order on this, so we're just doing one plug at a time.
That's a smart thing to do.
Keep us from having headaches later on.
I can see, so you're gonna have to
Just gonna wing it. That's about where you've been telling me to stop.
Okay, that's good.
Guys and gals, we're kind of at a standstill waiting on parts to ship in. We tried to hit up a lot of the local auto parts stores and none of them had parts for the 49er. We were hoping to do that because that would be the most expeditious way to get the job done. But we got parts on order. So check out part 2 of this video series working on the 49er, seeing if we can bring it back to life. We'll get that posted as soon as we get those parts and do a little bit more work on it. Y'all cross your fingers and pray for us. Our neighbor's really awesome. Jeff Snow knows a lot about every little kind of intricacy about motors. So I really have faith that we'll be able to get compression back in the cylinders. But again, we'll get all that posted in part 2 once the parts arrive. Till next time, y'all, keep dreaming.